High stakes in the business of leisure. Caesars Entertainment's largest unit nearing an exit from bankruptcy, and the casino giant is posting record growth and investing billions in development and renovations. Let's bring in Caesars Entertainment CEO Mark Frissora. Mark, how's the company looking to expand? We were talking in the break, and Maria's back, by the way, we were talking in the break about how busy you guys are in Las Vegas.
Yes, yeah, it's been a strong market for us the last couple of years, and we're excited, obviously, to come out of bankruptcy. It looks like September will finally be out, but been finally being able to talk our investor story. But the company's done really well. We've improved our EBITDA over $756 million the last 2 years, an 800 basis point improvement in margin, and our growth has been about 13% over the last 2 years. So we feel really good about the prospects of the company going forward.
For so many years, we were talking about how Macau was subsidizing Vegas. Right? Where are we in that? Because, you know, for the longest time, Vegas was not doing well. Right. And you saw how well the Chinese were operating in Macau. Is that still going on? Yeah,
well, what's going on right now is there's a big crackdown from the Chinese government, obviously, on money leaving the country. So what's happened is, even in Macau, there's been a crackdown on that, and it's caused a lot of depression in the sales there. However, Macau is a really good place to still be because of the gambling.
But that was your cash cow.
Yeah, well, we actually aren't in Macau, so the good news is 66% of our EBITDA comes from the Strip. So, so from an investor standpoint today, that actually is very appealing because of the vagaries of what goes on in China and in terms of the government and what could happen policy-wise there. So we do get some advantage on that right now, but long-term it would be nice to have a foothold there, and we have a Korean project right now where we're going to get a license in Korea, in Incheon, Korea.
And now, a lot of investors in a lot of these stocks that are publicly traded are talking about Japan as the next wave of growth. You just talked about Korea. What do you think the impact will be and on the growth that you're looking at? You mentioned the vast majority is coming from the Strip. How do you see that shifting over time?
Yeah, well, I think Asia is always going to be a good place of growth for us to have a foothold. And again, the Incheon, Korea is great, but also Japan. I was over there and meeting with the foreign officials, and they love the fact that actually we're not in Macau because that ends up being an advantage somewhat. Caesars has got a great brand name over in Japan, and they love our compliance program, which is very robust because we're licensed in more states than anyone else, and we've got more locations than anyone else in the United States. So that allows us to have a little bit of a strategic advantage in vying for one of the 11 or 12 licenses that they are now going to put forward over the next couple of years in Japan.
And go ahead, Lee.
So if 2/3 of your growth is coming from Vegas, what do you explain the turnaround of the Strip? And like, what do you attribute the turnaround to?
Well, the turnaround was due to a lot of both efficiency initiatives that we've had. We've ended up becoming much smarter in our marketing dollars. So we always have had a really good total rewards program. We have a 55 million membership in total rewards. That was a big driver. Labor productivity improved almost 800 basis points as well. So that was improved. In addition to that, our hotel business has really caught on. We're up almost 11% in ADR, average daily rate, which is your pricing, and that's double what the Strip average was, but that's due to the fact that we've refurbed a lot of rooms. So this year we're doing 7,000 rooms. We have 24,000 total on the Strip. We're doing 7,000 this year. We did 5,000 last year. By 2020 we'll be at 90% of all the Strip being renovated. That drives a higher average daily rate. You typically get $20 to $40 more a room night on a refurb room. So we started doing that a couple of years ago, and that's driving our cash business and hotel up. And cash business and hotel is actually more profitable than the gaming business, believe it or not.
How's the president doing? Is it funny for you to see one of your former colleagues in the hotel business in Vegas run the country?
Well, yes, that's great. I mean, in terms of, I know we've gotten a lot of questions about how's it impacting our business, and I think it's too soon to tell as far as I'm concerned. You know, I mean, it's early days in right now, so hard to draw any conclusions on that, but hopefully GDP growth continues. That drives our business model.
Sure. Mark, we'll be watching the developments. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Maria.
Appreciate it very much. Mark Frissora joining us there.